Hey guys, George from SME here, and today we're going to do a deep dive into SME's third BI quadrant, which is data governance and literacy. Now, these are terms that are being used a lot more nowadays, and they're really gaining popularity for obvious reasons. Data governance and literacy are core concepts of success in any BI program. If users are able to access dashboards, but they don't understand the data, or if the data is coming from a source that hasn't been cleaned, then there's no insights into that data. And actually that's going to take a lot of the value out of your deployments. So here at SME, what we'd like to do is we'd like to focus on both the technical side of data governance as well as the softer side of data literacy to make sure that any company, regardless of which tool you're deploying, has the success in their BI adoption rate. So let's go ahead and hop over to the presentation and check this out. All right. So again, as mentioned before, we kind of separate these things into two separate areas, the technical side as well as the softer side. So when we're looking at the technical side, one of the things that we'd like to do is to be able to build out a common language or a data catalog that allows users to go in and access data from a governed source. So this is where Qlik Data Catalog, formerly Data Catalyst, comes into play. This data catalog allows you to connect to a wide variety of different sources, onboard your data into the platform, and then set up some profiling, some metadata, statistics, tags, all these things that kind of give you an idea of what the data is. From there, it also separates the data out into good, bad, and ugly. Obviously, you don't want bad and ugly data in your data set, so taking it out of the mix and allowing you to target why it is bad or ugly, clean it up and bring it back in, then allows you to know that your data is trusted. It's allowed to be back into the main catalog, where then your users are able to shop for the data. They can look at it almost as like it's if it's like an Amazon marketplace. They go find the data sets they need, and they get these big KPIs that tell them about the data. Is the data ready to go? How populated is the data? Is it a popular data set that people are using? Or is the data set not ready and just to leave it alone for the time being? And from there, they can send that data down to their downstream applications. It can be a database, a data warehouse. It can also go straight to applications like Qlik, where they have a direct integration. So it goes directly to the app and you just bypass the data loading aspect of it. And there's also a QVD version, which works really well with customers that have mature Qlik or QlikView deployments, and they've got hundreds of QVDs in just a file system. This keeps it organized, keeps it clean, makes sure that you know where your data is, and then your users can just access it from this governed central repository. So that's really great, but to kind of tag onto this, especially for Qlik and QlikView deployments, we have what's called Platform Manager, a partner of both SME as well as Qlik that provides version control and lineage for your deployments. And this covers all different aspects of the application, but at its core, if you're working on an app, you get to understand the complete life cycle of it, including where the data is coming from, how is the development going, is there a different version of the app? And you can also look at past versions to see how they compare down to the sheet level and even the object level to see what changes have been made. And then you also have the ability to migrate apps at the click of a button. You don't have to do the old, and I know this is a very manual process that every Qlik developer knows, that you have to export the app out of one environment, import it into the other, change the data connection, add the task, add any extensions. It's a lot of work. And with Platform Manager, that work is eliminated. You just have to do a few clicks and your apps will seamlessly migrate from platform to platform. And then you also have lineage related to the applications, telling you where exactly the data is coming from, whether it be from one system or multiple. And if there's a ETL process through Qlik, is there an extract app? Are there QVDs that are then being transformed in another app and then being sent to other QVDs that are then finally in the app? You get to see a visual representation of all of that right there within Platform Manager without the need to have to draw out any complex ERDs or whatnot. And then finally, you also have multi-development. So let's say that you have two developers that are working on the same application. You don't want them stepping on each other's toes. So multi-development allows you to manage that and publish just the changes that you want to add. And that just saves them a lot more time and allows you to collaborate a lot better. So that's a little bit more on the technical side. But SME also offers data literacy solutions, including training, that really kind of package well with any deployments for any BI tool, database, data warehouse, because the success of these tools relies on how well the user is going to adopt it and what is their understanding of the data and what they're trying to get out of the tools themselves. So here at SME, data is our language. We speak it every day, and all of our employees know data like the back of their hands and can bring that value to any organization, especially the ones that we work with side by side with their deployments and their development. We understand their pains, and we can translate that into a data literacy program to help your users drive that adoption, as well as to trust the data that they're working with. So I'm going to go ahead and bounce back over to just me. And so that's what I got for this video, guys. And the next one I think is going to be pretty familiar for a lot of you, and that's data analytics and reporting. So we're going to cover all of the changes that have been made at SME in terms of what tools are we using and why we chose them, in terms of trying to take that data that you get out of all of these just different systems that we've covered in the prior videos and turn them into actionable insights. So that's all I got, guys. If you want to learn more, you can check out our website at smesgroup.com, where you can find a huge knowledge base full of articles, blog posts, videos, as well as you can reach out to us directly. So until next time, have a good day, guys.